We just need to frame it right. So here we go. You are qualified to teach English in Japan. You just need to frame it right. Hmm. Whether you've babysat before, you've done any volunteer work in your church, Sunday school, or whatever, you are more than qualified to teach English in Japan. So I'm going to guide you on how to frame it in order to put yourself in front of others. All right. That is the goal. Yeah, that is the goal. We need to put ourselves in front of others. Ah, without that, there's no point because a lot of people are applying. What should you do in order to make your case, in order to advance your chances? That is why I'm here. So when people ask, can you help me? I said, yes, I can help by providing you authentic information. All right. So you are most welcome. If you are new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. If you are watching from TikTok, do follow this account for more tips about coming to Japan. Yeah, you're welcome. Mm. Thank you. Thank you so much for the likes. Wow. Thank you so much for the likes. I want to confirm if care jobs can be sponsored like teaching. Yes, they can, but you need to have the Japanese language certificate. If you have it, you get a company that can sponsor you. But if you don't have it, I'm sorry, because these people speak only Japanese. You understand? So yeah, they sponsor people, but you need a Japanese language certificate. Yes, that's it. That's the only thing. Thank you for the likes. Thank you so much for the likes. Thank you so much for the likes. Thank you. Arigato. Arigato ne. Hontou arigato gozaimasu. Hontou arigato gozaimasu. Arigato gozaimasu. Yeah, Clara, good afternoon. Good afternoon from to Nigerians and good evening from Japan. All right. Time check. Today it's like we are starting a bit behind our usual schedule, but I hope everything will go smoothly. So let me begin by saying good evening from Japan to everyone, wherever you are watching from. A very good evening from Japan. If you are in my beautiful, lovely country or any part of Africa, either good morning or good afternoon, you are welcome to this live stream. This is Adventures of Japan. If this is your first time of coming across us on this channel, what we do is to encourage people, especially those who have bachelor's, that is a university degree, to come to Japan as English teachers. You don't have to be an English teacher, or you don't have to even be a teacher in your country in order to qualify for these positions. All you need to have is a university degree and having education for 12 years, where English was used as a medium of instruction. Then you are more than qualified. A lot of times people ask me, I have a bachelor in this, I've never taught before, but what should I do? And in this live stream, I am telling you that you are qualified to teach English in Japan. All you need to do is to frame your experience right. And so if you are such a person, you are most welcome. This is the place for you. And we are going to dive into it, and I will explain to you using only 10 slides to explain to you why you are qualified. And you just need to frame your experiences the right way in order to qualify, in order to win the recruiters over to your side. Because millions of people are applying. If you don't frame your experiences the right way, it might not convince the recruiter to recruit you. And so this is why I'm here tonight. So I believe you are going to enjoy it. But before that, permit me to also talk about my ebook that I've written, which I believe is a powerful tool if you have it. Once you have this mindset of coming to Japan as a teacher, please do well to get a copy, because even just a line could help change everything. Because we read so many books, we cannot remember all of them, but we might pick certain things. Even if it's a word you pick from a book, it will guide you throughout your life. This is how this book is. I'm not promising that everything you read in the book might be beneficial to you, but I'm certain that you might find a line or two or three that could change your whole narrative to guide you to come to Japan successfully. So if you are watching from TikTok, kindly check or click on my bios and you are going to get a link from my bio. And if you are watching from YouTube, the link is always in the description of the video. Do well and grab your copy. And if you have gotten your copy already, thank you so much for the support. You can share with us how you think about the book, and we'll all keep learning. All right, so let's get right into it. Yes, so like I said, you are qualified to teach English in Japan. It's about framing it right. Yeah, so your hidden resume, you see, we've done so many things. Most of us, we've done so many things. We've helped our cousins, our siblings, we've babysat them, we've done this and that for them. But just that we don't know that those experiences could be framed to help us secure teaching job in Japan. Because teaching in Japan is all about having the heart of caring for kids, right? That is all is it about. So those things you've been doing, they are all part of the experience that they want to hear about. Okay? Yeah, they want to hear about it. So I'm here to help you to frame your experiences. Remember, your experiences. You need to frame them the right way in order to win them over. That's all. That's why I'm here. So, like I said, 10 casual work into a Japan teaching job. Yes, your hidden resume. 10 your casual work into a Japan teaching job. All right. So the anxiety, I'm going to talk about certain few. I will mention the topic first, then I will break it down. So here I say the anxiety. For example, I only babysat. Is that real experience? Maybe you are in this category. You think you just babysat your auntie's daughter, your auntie's siblings, your own siblings, and is that enough? I'm going to tell you why that is enough. That could put you ahead of someone else who has taught or who just have a bachelor in even America, but you babysitting in Africa, you are worth than that a person. So I'm going to explain to you. So stay tuned. I have no formal teaching background. Yeah, maybe you have bachelor in vocation, food and nutrition, in any other field in agriculture. You think you don't have any formal teaching background, so you are not qualified? Wait, let's keep going. You're going to understand that you are more than qualified to teach English in Japan. Okay. And number three, will recruiters take me seriously? Of course. Why won't they take you seriously? They will. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to prove to you why they will take you seriously. So let's keep going. So the secret is vocabulary transformation. Yeah, that's all. That's all. The secret is vocabulary transformation. So if you babysat, how you put it is the difference. Okay. Babysitting involves a lot. Yeah. Uh, in our side of the world, we do so many things that we don't even value. We don't know that those things we are doing are instilling in us some kind of leadership qualities, some kind of trainings. So we don't value it. It's just normal. But hey, once you are coming to Japan, you are thinking about coming to Japan, those things are the experiences that you share with the recruiters, and they'll be wowed. They say, oh, okay. Oh, you are able to do, oh, you did that. They might not even say it loud, but within their head, they are transmitting or they are processing your experiences. I say, oh, okay. That's all they need. Yeah. So it's not about what you did. It's about how you frame it. This is what I'm trying to say. It's not necessarily about what you did. It's about how you frame it. Because two of you, maybe someone has even babysat so many people more than you. But it depends on how you even frame the one baby you have sat before. You babysat only one person. But your framing of that experience would make the recruiter see value in you as compared to someone who has even been doing it over a long period of time. Okay? Yeah, so it's about the framing. Very important. So you are not lying. You are being professional. Yes, you are not lying at all. You have done the job, but you are putting it in a professional way. Once you do that, they will see the value in you and know that you are qualified. All right, this is why I'm saying the title of this live stream is You Are Qualified to Teach English in Japan. You just have to frame it the right way. Okay? Aha. Yeah, Lemon, can I apply this June or July for 2027 year? Lemon, you can even apply now because Borderlink has started the application season. They have started calling people to interviews. I have people who joined my live stream this month and they have confirmed that they've been invited to an interview. So please, if you don't mind, you can apply now. But if you still want to wait June, July, it's also fine. So the choice is always yours. Lemon, okay? Lemon jelly. Thanks for your question. All right, so I will repeat again. It's not about what you did, it's about how you frame it. And it's not about you telling lies. You are not telling lies. You are only being professional. Okay, let's move on to the next. So I'm going to talk about before and after. Yeah, what you can be telling yourself now, or what you used to tell yourself until you are watching this live stream. You used to say, I watched kids, I made meals, I put them to bed, I bathed them, I do this, I do that. That is what you might have been thinking is what you will say, or that is my experience. Let's see how the professional one will look like. That is after watching this live stream. What you should say is about behavioral supervision. Okay, first one before you said babysitting. Now you are talking about behavioral supervision. Even that word, babysitting, behavioral supervision, it changes everything. Because once you say behavioral supervision, you are telling the employer that yes, you are monitoring, you are supervising the behavior or the behavioral aspect, behavioral characters of the kids you are supervising. So behavioral observation or supervision, that changes the whole thing. So under that, number one, I manage expectations. I guided behavioral direction or redirection. I protected or I am concerned with the safety and routine and conflict resolution. All these things that I have said, you have been doing it already. If you babysat, you have done all these things. But if you don't talk about it this way, the recruiter might not know, might not assume for you. Okay? They know that babysitting goes with observing, monitoring behavior, you know, redirecting behavioral characters. They know, but they won't assume for you. You have to put it into your writing and talk about it when the need arise. Do you get the point? So this is what I'm saying. Before, you would think I just watched kids, I made meals for them, I put them to bed, I bath them, I do this, I do that. That is not bad, but it's not professional enough to make a recruiter want to, or yeah, want to recruit you to come and teach English in Japan. But if you put it the other way, trust me, they are going to be the one willing to recruit you. Okay? Uh-huh. So, when towards the end, or by the end, when I finish this slide, I'm going to tell you an interesting story about someone who came to Japan this year. Okay, who got the opportunity to come to Japan this year. I'm going to tell an interesting story about that. No name mentioning, but I have permission from the person to say it. So let's keep going. So another thing is Sunday school. So before you will say, I was just a Sunday school teacher or something like that. Yeah. Sunday school. Most of us Christians, we had the opportunity to attend Sunday schools, or we had the opportunity to teach at Sunday schools, right? And we think it's just nothing. It's not enough for me to talk about. It will not qualify me to teach English in Japan. Hey, watch this. Listen to this. So first, before watching this live, you might think, oh, I taught lessons, I did activities with the kids, I managed groups during church services, I did that. You think that's all. But hey, listen, here is it. After watching this live stream, you are going to think of curriculum and instruction. So you have to take it from this angle that the Sunday school itself has a curriculum. It's a curriculum on its own that you need to learn how to do the instructions. Every Sunday, you have something to talk about. It all needs planning. And what is curriculum? Curriculum is about planning activities and yeah, activities of what you'll be doing with kids over a period of time, right? So you need to make it look like, yeah, professional. You know, Sunday school, you go to Sunday school every Sunday, if everything is all right, every Sunday, right? So you need activities, you plan it. It needs planning. So once you make them aware that, yeah, you did this, they know that, okay, you know something about handling kids. Because if you don't know how to plan the activities, you might not be able to deliver the lessons to meet the expectations of the kids. Because the lessons we are delivering is about one, maintaining the interest and sustaining the interest throughout the lesson. Okay? If you are already a teacher, these are some of the things you are already aware of. When you are teaching, you need to arouse the interest of the students and being able to sustain the interest throughout the lesson. If you are not able to do that, sometimes you realize that you started teaching and the kids started liking, yeah, and it gets to a point then they are bored. When students are bored, you will know they don't pay attention. You say everything, they don't pay attention. The kids are kids. You can't force them. If you force them, you are going to rather destroy your lesson because they won't listen. You do everything, they won't listen. But if you plan the lesson well with activities which are child centered, trust me, they are going to be motivated from the beginning and the interest will be sustained throughout. And that is a sign of a good teacher. So once you have been doing Sunday school, you have to tell them that you plan the curriculum over a period of time. The activities you do, you plan it every Sunday. This Sunday I'll do this, that Sunday I do that. That is curriculum instruction giving. So under that, you say you design curriculum. Yes, you handle large group, you give large group instructions. You engage with strategies. Yeah, that's strategic engagement. And you have differentiation. You deliver your lessons with differentiation. And what is differentiation? Differentiation in terms of teaching means that you identify that every child is unique. Every child is unique, and you pay special attention to individuals during your lesson. A kid, some of the kids in your classes, in some of the lessons of my live streams, I made mention that we have different types of learners in our classes. Every class has different types of learners. If you're already a teacher, you are aware. But if you don't have a teaching background, I am making this known to you now that in every class we have students who are visual learners, people who want to see before they understand. So such people during classes in most of the classes, they want to sit in front to be watching the teacher as he or she talks. Such people are visual learners. Once they see you, see your mouth going up and down, they assimilate, they assess and accept everything you say. Those are visual learners. And we have people who are auditory learners. Auditory learners. They just have to hear what you are saying, whether they put their head on the table, whether they are looking somewhere else, they just need to hear your voice. Those people are also there in your classes. And such people, they don't care where you put them, whether they sit in front or they sit at the back, they don't care. So you can realize that if you have even taught before, whether formal or informal, You realize that you are talking, a student was behaving as if he or she is not listening to you, not paying attention, but you ask questions, such a student answers it correctly. Yes, the person might be an auditory learner. He or she needs to just hear your voice. Okay. And there are this group that are called tactile learners. Tactile learners. They are interested, or they can only get what you are saying, what you are teaching, if they are able to do activity, touching. Yes, touching or doing something practical. As for them, without anything practical, they may hear you talk, but they may forget. So we have all these individuals in our classrooms. So differentiation here means that you should devise a means, your method should cater for all these learners in your classes. That is the meaning of differentiation. It means you've identified individual students' strength in your lesson, and you have provided steps to help all those students to achieve their purpose of learning. That is differentiation. So if you talk about this, it's telling the recruiter that yes, you actually know something about teaching, even though you might not have had any formal teaching experience, but you actually have the idea about teaching. Do you get the point? With these things, the recruiter will not say you are not qualified. All right? That is what I'm telling you. You are qualified. You just don't know how to frame it. So now, from now, you now know how to frame your experience, because this is a rich experience. Teaching in a Sunday school is a rich experience. Even if you have taught once, you have the experience. Just frame it the right way and you're going to get a job. Remember, they are not looking for teachers who have been teaching for years or not to teach in Japan. They are looking for people who have the passion for kids, the passion to learn, the ability to play in a team, the ability to respect foreigners' culture, the ability to blend in communities outside their home, the ability to take on adventure. Those are the people they are looking for. And so the little you could do could push you up. Okay? So, yeah, remember, you are qualified. I keep saying it. You are qualified. You just have to frame it right. All right? Okay. All right. If you are new here, please feel free to drop any questions. When you're watching from YouTube, drop your question on YouTube. If you're watching from TikTok, don't forget to drop your questions and I will be answering as we proceed. All right. Okay. All right. Let's keep going. Oh, do we have any question on TikTok? Let's see. Let's see. Guys, please tap on your screen. Tap, tap, tap. Ah, is it Kofi? Boss says, any link to apply, sir? Yeah, there are links to apply. There are companies that could recruit you. We call them dispatch companies. And I've been mentioning some of them. One of them is Altia Central. One of them is Hart Corporation. One of them is Borderlink. One of them is Interac. One of them is Joytalk. If you just type all these words I've mentioned on any browser, if you use Apple, you type on Safari or Google, you just type it, Borderlink Japan, Interac Japan, Hart Corporation Japan. When you type, you're going to get their website and get the application link, because we are in the application season. You're going to get it and you apply. All right. And I've made a lot of videos about how you can go about all the things you need to know about Japan. I made them on my YouTube channel. So if you are new, you are watching from TikTok, you can head to my YouTube channel, Adventures of Japan, and you see how to even apply to the companies, how to even pass their interviews, how to even make your introductory video. If you are asked to submit an intro video, I've made a sample of that. Yeah, I made a video about how to pass the first and the second interviews with ALT companies. They are all on my YouTube channel. So if you are new here, kindly head to my YouTube channel and you are not going to regret it. Okay. 444 Citizens says a TRCN licensed teacher and a TEFL certificate. Please, I need ALT teaching criteria. The ALT teaching criteria is for those who have a bachelor and have experienced education for 12 years where English was used as a medium of instruction. And here's the thing, the bachelor here is an immigration requirement. It is not the companies that are compulsorily demanding bachelor from applicants. It is an embassy requirement, because if you don't have the bachelor, the embassies are not, sorry, not embassy, the immigration, sorry, not embassy. The immigration will not issue a COE for you to apply for visa in your country. So the bachelor is an immigration requirement. That is why the companies have embedded it into their requirement, because there's no point hiring you and the immigration will not issue you a COE for you to apply for visa, you know. So that is the issue. Okay, guys, please tap on your screens, tap on your screens. Okay, good evening, good morning, bro. I am holder of a bachelor's degree in, I'm 29 years old. You are welcome. 29, you are welcome. Sweet 29, yeah. Yeah. Do you teach Japanese? I'm sorry, I don't teach Japanese. Citizens, thanks for the follow. Thanks for the follow. I don't teach Japanese. I wish I could. Do you want to teach me? Do you want to teach me Japanese? Okay, thanks for joining. All right, let's keep going. Let's continue. All right, let's continue. So the next one. So now, if you are joining new, we are talking about the fact that you are qualified to teach English in Japan. You just have to frame your experiences the right way. And so we talked about babysitting. If you have been babysitting before, that experience is very rich. You just have to frame it the right way in order to catch the attention of the recruiters. Okay. And the current slide is about Sunday school. If you have been a Sunday school teacher before, you are more than qualified. All you need to do is to frame it the professional way, and that's what we'll be discussing. If you are new to this channel, don't forget to follow us on TikTok and also to subscribe to our YouTube channel, because we are growing. Now we are 1K, we hit 1K. Thank all of you for your support. We are now 1K, but the journey has just begun. Let's keep growing. All right, let's go on. So the next one I will talk about is volunteer work. Volunteer work, okay? There are a lot of volunteer works around us. If you have done any of such in your country, maybe in your community, they are looking for people who can watch over kids for some days, for some hours. You have joined such activities. It's a rich experience, man. It's a rich experience. And so how do you frame it in order to sound professional to the recruiter? So before watching this live stream, maybe you don't know how to frame it. So you might say, I helped with homework. I did one-on-one with my daughter or my cousin or my siblings one-on-one. I explained things. This might be what you might have been thinking about saying, that, oh, I've done volunteer work, so I did this, I did that. It's not bad, but professionally, you've missed a lot of points that could catch the attention of the recruiters. So let's see, after you have watched this live stream, this is how you should frame it. So learning support and assessment. So you've offered a learning support and assessment. This word alone separates you from someone who will say volunteer tutoring. Do you get a point? Volunteer tutoring as against learning support and assessment. Do you see the point? Okay. So under learning support and assessment, you have now listed certain things like differentiated teaching. I spoke about differentiation just a while ago. It is very important. It is one of the requirements for a teacher. As a teacher, you need to know about differentiation, how different one student is from the other, which will help you to provide insightful teaching in your lessons to cater for all the students' needs in your class. Because if you have an activity or if you have a lesson throughout and it's only the auditory learners that benefited, the visual learners are not benefiting, the tactile learners are not benefiting, your school classroom is not going to be interesting. Even if it's your home, your volunteer working, it will not be interesting. So the kids might not be able to say it loudly. That's how we were trained back in my beautiful Africa. That's how I believe, all of us, I believe that's how it is. Because in Ghana, I know growing up, you don't have the confidence to ask certain questions the teacher. You understand? So even if you don't understand, you sometimes go to your friend that you believe might understand it, ask him or her, what this teacher, what does it mean? But here, it's not like that. Students are encouraged to ask questions. So if you don't cater for all the students in your lesson, you are not helping them enough. So differentiation is very important. So you provided differentiated teachings. So you've provided gap diagnosis. These are technical terms you are using. Provision of gap diagnosis and progress tracking. Yes, you don't just have to teach and you have taught and so you have done your job. No. How do you know what you have taught has been assimilated, has been understood? Somebody can tell you, yes, you understand, yes, sir, yes, sir. But actually, ask the person to do something regarding what you asked. Then you understand that, oh, the person actually did not get what I said. Growing up, me, I thought when they ask you, do you understand? The only answer is yes, sir. When I was schooling, when I was young, yeah, that's how innocent and ignorant I was. Uh-huh. I thought, do you understand? The answer is yes, sir. But it shouldn't have been so. I don't know whether I should blame myself or blame my system or who, but it is what it is. So now you need to track the progress. How do you do that? I remember my very self when I was at my teaching out program, the in out program in Ghana. That was how it was. I don't know if it's still same that way. I was uh, I was at the art program in 2005 because yes, I was at the art program in 2005. So over there, I was assigned to which class? I think was it class one or class two or something like that. So I was teaching something and it's a project. I was just not a volunteer. I was a mentee. But I took it upon myself that in this class there was a particular girl. I don't know what to say about her, but I realized there was a challenge with her. So when we teach after lessons, I do visit their home to see what's going on. So that was the progress tracking. I didn't know details about progress tracking and all those stuff, but I was doing that back in 2005. Do you get the point? That is my personal experience. In fintech. Yeah, if you I didn't want to mention the city, but yeah. If you heard it, please. Yes, it is what it is. Yes, I was doing that. And so that helped me. When I did it, my mentor was happy that yes, this is good. I was encouraged. And so even after my university, when I was still teaching, I was doing the same thing. I go to students' house when I realize there's a problem so that I find out from the parents what actually the problem is. Because sometimes the kids might tell you one thing. When you go in to track the progress, to track everything, you realize it's not the same as the kids are saying. So in that way, when you do that, I'm not saying you should also go to people's houses. Those days it was okay. I don't know how about now. So I'm just giving an example that how I tracked the progress of my students back in 2005. Okay. So you give constructive feedback. Yes. There's no point of teaching and not giving students constructive feedback. And how do you do that? You just encourage them, oh, okay, you did this better. You should try and do it next time, more better. But don't try to say you didn't do this, you didn't. No. You just focus on the right things that they have done to be positive feedback. That is what you should do. So I'm believing that first you might think you are just a volunteer tutor, you are volunteer tutoring, but now you know that that thing you have done, that volunteer teaching you have done, is more than enough for you to frame to qualify for this teaching job. You understand? So that is the goal for today, to let you know that you are qualified to teach English in Japan. You just need to frame it the right way. Okay. I don't know if I am. Yeah. Let's see if you have any questions here. If not, let's keep going. Guys, please tap on your screen. If you are new here, you are welcome to Adventures of Japan. Tonight, we are talking about packaging, how you package yourself. Yeah. How you package yourself. Anything to apply? Yeah, okay. I think I've said something about that. Yes, how to package yourself. Yes, you are welcome. Next, why this works. Why this works. Number one, Japanese recruiters understand precise professional language. Yes, the Japanese recruiters, they understand precise and professional language. So once you give it to them, they know that, yes, this is what we want. So guys, I am here to just give you all the information you need. This is the help I can give. Yeah. Hello, bro. Citizen, how are you? Yeah. You've been here already, so what's up? Did you go and come again? Please help me tap on your screens. Okay. All right, so that is number one. Number two, you are not exaggerating. You are being strategic. You know, you are not exaggerating anything. What you have done is what you are saying, but you are just being strategic. This is the difference. So let's be strategic. Okay, let's be strategic. All right. Okay. Number three, this shows you understand what teaching actually requires. Yes, it means you know what teaching actually requires. We talked about progress tracking. We talked about giving feedback. We talked about, how do you call it? Differentiation. These things are very, very important in Japan, in Japanese education. They consider these things very, very dear to them. So once you are able to put these things in your resume or whatever, you are able to talk about it, you are more than winning them to yourself. So it's very important that we take these things into consideration. Okay. Yeah. The question. Rob, please, how do I reach out to you via email? My email is even on this. You can see my email in my bio here on TikTok. Yeah, you can see my email on my bio. All right. And you can also see the ebook link in my bio. Please, I would encourage you to grab a copy. Yes, bro, 44, 444 citizens. Yeah. Thank you for the support. So I believe we understand why these things we are talking about works a lot. Okay. They work a lot. Number one, Japanese recruiters understand precise professional language. Number two, you are not exaggerating, but you are rather being strategic. And number three, this shows you understand what teaching actually requires. Because if you don't understand what the job requires, how are you going to be able to function well when you are recruited? Remember, they are going to give you orientation, but at least you should have some background. You should do certain research before joining. And the research is what I am helping you to do now. What I'm putting out to you here, for you here, is part of your research. You spend time to watch me. That is your research, right? Please, could you help me achieve a COD certificate of eligibility? What is COD? I don't know, please. Yes, say Makinde. I will pick you in a jiffy. Let's just finish this slide and I'll pick you, okay? I'm willing to pay. Oh, sorry. I don't take money from anybody to do anything here. But this time, if you are invited to an interview and you want me to walk you through everything, have a one-on-one call with you, that one you would have to offer something. I have a group for that, but I haven't had anybody joining the group yet. Aside that, I don't take money from anybody to do any other thing. All right. Okay. I have all necessary requirements. If you have every requirement, just go ahead and apply. Go ahead and apply to all the companies. Don't just wait for one. Just apply to all the companies. All right. And you are going to get it. Once you keep applying, one company may not accept you, the other will accept you. You might end up getting more than one company, and you have to choose between them. I've done multiple applications in Guiding Port. You don't have to be using Guiding Port always. You can go to the website of the company. Yes. Okay. I encourage people to apply through the websites of the companies. You can look for jobs on Guiding Port. When you see the job, take the company's details, go on YouTube, or sorry, not YouTube, go on Google, cite a company. If you get their contact, apply directly. It works. It works. Okay. All right. Let's see a question on YouTube. When can we apply for 2027? I applied, but go no response. What a good time to apply. Okay. The application season has just begun. So you can apply now. I know people have been invited to an interview already. Okay, so you can apply now if you haven't applied yet. I mean, starting this April. If you have applied from last year until March, that period is over now. You can now apply for 2027. Okay, have I answered you, please? The Nepal native. Thank you. All right, let's keep going. We are almost there. So your action plan now, write down everything. Yes, if you have babysat, write down, compare your experiences, write them in a professional way. Mind you, what I'm giving is just an example. You can extend it beyond this. What I'm saying here is not something you should just copy paste, copy paste. No, let it reflect your own writing, your own understanding. So I'm just giving a guideline. All right. Okay. Because these are my own thinking, my own experience that I put into the slides. All right. So yeah, you can translate each role. For example, if you've been a Sunday school teacher, you can translate it into a rich experience, just as I've said. Okay. And add specific and context. If you have done that for a period of time, from this time to this time, it should be specific. All right. Be specific about it. It's going to help you. And match to ALT skills. What are the ALT skills? As an ALT, what skills do you need? You need communication skills. You need teamwork skills. You need, you need all those things as an ALT. You need to be culturally sensitive because you are coming to a different country. These people are very, very sensitive to their culture. They are very, very proud of their culture. You need to show them that you are able to blend in their culture. How do you do all those things? The culture, you can just simply do that by demonstrating that you started learning the Japanese language. Language is culture, or language is part of every culture's tradition. So once you started learning the language, they know that you are willing to blend into their culture. It puts you ahead of others. All right. You don't need to go and register for any super classes to write Japanese exam. Just you can self teach yourself. You can learn from YouTube. I tell people that for a long term goal, if you are learning Japanese for a long term goal, you can use apps like Duolingo. It's a good app that can teach you very well, but it's a long term. But if you want a short term one, just go on YouTube and type basic Japanese lessons. You will get thousands of them. As a student, as I said, we have students, different students in our classes. You know yourself by now. As a teacher at our age, we know ourselves which kind of student you are, whether you are an auditory, you are a visual, you are whatever. So you go through the videos on YouTube, you know which teacher's method of teaching suits your learning style. Then you wait, you stick to the videos, watch them. Mostly you watch more of their videos and you'll be okay. You'll be fine. That was how I learned mine when I was going through or going for my interview. That was what I did, and it helped me. And I'm sure it's going to help you as well. Okay. All right. So, ready to go deeper? Okay. So now let's grab our master class, the master guide. It has CV templates with vocabulary built in. It has interview scripts that real scenarios like videos are linked in. It has behavioral management case studies. You have dispatch company comparisons, not actually comparisons, but different dispatch companies are there. It's complete positioning playbook. It's a complete positioning playbook. So the link is in the description of this video if you are watching from YouTube, and the link is in my bio if you are watching from TikTok. And I will encourage you to grab a copy. I keep talking about it. This is it. ALT Journey, a complete guide to becoming an assistant language teacher in Japan. I will encourage you to grab a copy. All right. The Nepal narrative one say, can we do part-time ALT jobs? Can we do part-time ALT jobs? What do you mean? Do you mean as an ALT whether you can do part-time job, or are you saying as an ALT you want to do another ALT job as part-time? I'm not getting it clearly. Can you come again, please? The Nepal narrative. Can you come again, please? Please. All right. So our last slide, I believe, is you are qualified. You just need to frame it right. You are qualified, though. You are qualified. You just need to frame it right. Do you get a point? Aha. This is what I have for you tonight. Yeah, this is what I have for you tonight. And I believe it's been an insightful evening. So now we are open to questions. We are open to questions. Okay, a person in student visa, can they work part-time as ALT? Well, students can do part-time, but as to whether the ALT companies would accept the student as a part-time worker, I don't know. I can't tell. I can't tell. But I know that during summer in Japan, schools are on vacation. Summer is a big holiday in Japan where students go on vacation. And at that time, there are also camps that go on, camps for other students. Companies organize camps for junior high school students. So companies recruit teachers. And in that camp, companies recruit students as well to come and teach. So in that case, students can also come and teach, but it's just for a period. I think for maybe 20 days, but it doesn't mean the student can do all the days. But if you are lucky and you do all the days, you are lucky. You have more money, you know. So, but students should work as part-time ALTs. That one, I don't know. I don't know. Have I answered you, please? Okay. I think Iseki is still here on TikTok. Time for questions. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother Adisa. Brother Adisa, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Please, my wife is a master degree holder in Nigeria in development psychology. Is she qualified? Of course. From bachelor's, you are qualified. So bachelor's, you are qualified. If you have master's, you are qualified. If you have PhD, you are welcome. So yeah, she is qualified. Yeah, she is qualified. She can try. Yes. Is anyone here, please, want to talk? Let's go. Let's go. If you want to talk, you can send a request and come forward for us to talk. I am here to answer questions. So I promised to tell you a story about someone who has been here this year. So here's the thing. Sometimes when Borderlink, should I say Borderlink? Sometimes when dispatch companies say, oh, we are sorry, we appreciate your interest in coming to join our company, blah, 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 but we are sorry we cannot proceed with you this time. Please understand us that we have a lot of applications and we are not able to give any reason for it. It is painful. I know it is painful. But you know, sometimes the companies sit down and realize that, oh, we made a mistake. We shouldn't have rejected this person. And they make amends. Do you know? Aha. Yes. You don't know, right? There is somebody who was rejected by one company. I won't mention name. So once she was rejected, it was painful. I know I was guiding the person throughout the way, so it was painful. My point is, don't apply to one company, right? So the person went on to the next company, applied, and got the offer through the second company. So after getting the offer, now the first company now sent her an email saying, can we book a call? Can we have a call? She was shocked that, okay. She accepted. And during the call, she said, they were like, oh, the email we sent you actually wasn't meant for you. So the email they sent her was actually not meant for her, and that her name and another candidate they wanted to send that email are similar. So they made a mistake and sent her the email meant for the other person. And she was like, oh, is that so? Say yes. And so they are asking, is she still interested in the position? And she was like, okay, now tell me what's inside. So now she has the power to now even negotiate with them. And they say, okay, initially we advertise this, but because of ABC, we are going to give this. Is that okay by you? And she said, no, it's not okay by me. That's not what you advertised and I saw. So if that's not okay, what do we do? And they say, oh, they are also okay. They are not also okay because that's what BOE gave them. I mean, the contract they had, that's what they can give. So if she's not also okay, then there's nothing they can do. And she said, okay, that's fine. And they say, okay, but if later she changes her mind, she should reach out to them. You see? So yeah, the company sometimes they make mistake too. And the person told me that they call her friend as well. So her friend came through them because he hadn't gotten any option. So whilst they told her that, okay, we made a mistake, so are you still interested? She said yes. And they brought her this year. But for her, she got another offer, so she declined them and came with the second company. So things do change. We all have different stories. So I am just here to keep motivating you that don't give up. Don't give up. The first time they reject you, who knows? I'm not saying everybody that is rejected is going to be contacted. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just telling you somebody's story that it is possible it could be you or I don't know, but this was what happened. Do you get the point? Uh-huh. You just have to be prepared and just be doing your best. Do your best. And if you have done your best, there's nothing else you can do. Just relax and wait for the outcome. But if you don't do anything and you just fold your arms, it's not the best. So that is why I'm here. So if people ask me, can you help me do this? I think the help I can give is what I'm doing, right? I see a lot of people say, can you help me apply? Can you help me apply? There is nothing how do I call it? Super wonderful about applying. You can do it. Just sit by yourself and do it. There's a culture in Japan which is even taught to the kids. Do it yourself, DIY. Do it yourself. Aha. So it's unlike our place where we are used to do it for me, do it for me. No, you do it by yourself. This is why I'm saying even the premium service that I'm talking about, that if you are invited to an interview and you want me to assist you on one-on-one terms, even the form, I will assist you, but don't expect me to fill the form for you. No, I will only guide you. We can have a video call and I'll be asking you questions or you ask me questions and I will guide you to answer it. Because when you get to the second interview and that the form is going to be used, if you are not the one who provided the answers, you might find it difficult to answer. So I'll only guide you so that you fill in the answer using your own words. in that case, if they are asking you questions based on it, you already know what you have written, right? It is easier to remember what you have written rather than somebody writing something and you are memorizing. Like, no, no. Yeah, so this is it. This is it. Aha, this is it. Mojifa, a hungry man is always an angry man. Yeah. A hungry man is always an angry man. Yes, this person, this is my brother. Okay, good. I appreciate you, sir. Stay blessed. Also, can I come as a dependent alongside my wife? You can come as a dependent, but not alongside your wife. Because if you say you want to come alongside your wife, it's going to even block your wife's chances. Because the companies would have to apply the same document for you as well, which the companies are not willing to do. So your wife can come even from 6 months. She can start to work on your document for you to come. I know somebody who came within 6 months, her husband joined her. I brought my family after a year. So you can easily come. You can come as a dependent. And the good news is that dependents can do any kind of job. You can do any kind of job. It's just that you only work 28 hours a week. But even that, people do more than that. If you have the job, you can do more than that. And if you exceed an amount within a year, you only pay taxes. Because dependents don't pay any tax. No, dependents don't pay tax. The tax is being taken from the one whose visa you are on. So if you are on your wife's visa, your wife is going to be paying the tax to cover you. But even that, you can go to the city office always to say, I want to be on my own so that you can work full time. It is acceptable. If you get a company that says we can employ you full time, you can change it. It is acceptable. So the good news is, yes, you can join your wife as a dependent, but not from the start. Okay? That's the thing. All right. Yeah. Thank you for joining. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for the likes, guys. Guys, thanks for the likes. Ah, thank you, thank you. You are a wonderful student as well. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, so guys, if you have any question, please feel free to send a request and let's talk. Yeah, so that by 8 minutes we can say good night from Japan. Yeah, if you have any question, feel free. I'm here. I'm here to assist with information. Yes. I believe information sharing is what will make us all thrive. I keep saying it because information is key, very key. Ifeanyi Nelson says, can someone on asylum visa bring a spouse or wife? I have no idea, please. I have no idea about asylum visa. That's UN visa. I have no idea. I only know that when you are on asylum visa, you can't go back to your country. Yes, that is what I know. You can't go back to your country. The day you exit going back to your country, that ends your coming back. That is asylum visa. So I encourage people to just get a job before you come. Then you can work bare-chested anywhere, or you come as a student, it's fine, or you come as a dependent. Yes, when you are a dependent, you are a legal person, you do any kind of job. But for a teacher, ALTs, you can only teach. And even you cannot teach every school. You can teach in public schools alone. So for the private schools, if you want to teach, you need a permission. You take a permission letter from your company first. Then you take the permission letter and a contract that you have gotten from the new school. That's a private school. Then you take the contract and the permission letter. You go to the immigration and submit them with your passport and your residence card. Immigration will review all those documents, and if they approve it, which of course they will approve once the documents are genuine, they will approve it. They will not deny you. Then they have to put a stamp behind your residence card. there's a place to put a stamp there, which shows that yes, you are qualified to do a part-time job. And also in your passport, they are going to put a sticker, which shows that yes, you are qualified to do a part-time job. But for dependents, once they apply, you also apply to do a work, though. You also apply to work. Yeah. Once they have given you the application, they have stamped your back, the back of your residence card, you can do any kind of job. Factory job, teaching jobs, uh, food, like grocery stores. You can do any job. You're not limited. Hmm. Okay. But somebody said, but one can go from backside, maybe from Ghana to Nigeria. Okay. Yeah. You can go to from Ghana to Nigeria. Okay. All right. Yeah. You can go from Ghana to Nigeria. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That you can't go from, you can't travel from a country where you are on asylum and say you are going back to your home country, because asylum means you are running away from something which is causing you to seek the UN visa. You know, the asylum is mainly called UN visa. So in that case, you are not under the care of only the country in which you are living. You are under the care of the United Nations UN visa. Aha. Okay. Lemon says, what will be the last month to apply for 2027? I think academic year starts in April. Yes, academic year starts in April, but there are so many things involved, you know. It's not like if you apply today, then you are going to get it tomorrow. So uh, some of the companies says you can apply till December. If you go to their websites, I had a Q&A session through some of the companies website like Borderlink and Interac. And Borderlink explicitly said it on their website that the applications may open from May to overseas students or applicants from May to December. That was what they said on their website. But now they are starting from April. So things have been changing, you know. Their website says from May, and they now publish on their LinkedIn account that from April. That's why I keep telling people that, hey, things are changing. However, if you apply from December, oh, thank you, arigato, arigato. If you apply from December, there is no guarantee. There is no guarantee that you are going to get it. You understand? So yeah, because the application of the COE takes maximum 3 months. It could be less. It could be more sometimes. And you need to understand that once the companies take the document, they require a document from you that submit this, submit that, and you have submitted. And when they apply for the COE, you are probably going to receive an email saying that, oh, you have applied for a COE. Yeah, you receive an email from the immigration. After that, the companies have no hand again. They can't do anything. If the COE is not coming out, the companies cannot do anything unless they can wait. The best they can do is to wait until the COE is out. So if the COE is out, if it is the e-COE that they've been issuing to some people, if you get to the chance to have the that the electronic COE, that one they can send to your email is fast. But if you have the hard copy one, they need to post it to you. Whichever country you are in, you have to receive it, take it to the embassy in your country and apply for the visa. So all these things take time. This is why I advise people that, yes, the schooling year is beginning next year, April. They want you to come in March next year, but it doesn't mean you should wait until the deadline is approaching before you apply. I got my chance in July 2021. And I'm aware that I will be coming in in March 2022. Okay. And for Borderlink, once you are recruited, they have something they call international chat. Every month we meet online, whereby everybody that has been recruited will meet online and have talks about Japan. We ask questions. People who have been to Japan before will be telling us things about Japan. and what we should be envisaging that when we come, we're going to meet this or that. It was through such chats that I got to know that in Japan, taxi doors are not opened by passengers. It was through that chat, one of such chats, that somebody said, they asked, oh, those who have been to Japan before, what have you seen in Japan that you think is unique to Japan that are not other countries or in your country? And someone said that in Japan, drivers open taxis doors. It was shocking to me. But yeah, when I came, I saw it in Japan, everywhere in Japan. When you order for a taxi, when it comes, the driver sits on his steering wheel, but he presses a button and the door opens. No passenger opens a taxi's door in Japan. Yeah. So if you apply early, you are going to get all those things. Yeah. Subarashi shigoto arigato. Arigato. Yes. So, Lemon, I think I've answered you, right? Okay. Let's see if you have any question here. Hmm. 3C career, child abuse, tip, cooking tip culture. Do I understand you? Hey, Tony, I see you. Tony, I see you. I see you. I don't think I understand you. Is it Gehibi? Is it Gehibi? Yeah, Gehibi. I don't think I understand you. What are you saying? Moto can what 50,000 naira? Aeroplane. Cow what? Are we saying the same thing? Hey, are we safe? What's going on? Yeah. Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Tony. At which stage is required POF? Is required POF required? Proof of fund? Yeah, proof of fund, like I keep saying, for me, Borderlink asked me to submit my bank statement, my proof of fund. So I was recruited and they asked for that. But when I was ready to apply for my visa, the embassy did not ask me. People were not asked by Borderlink or their companies, but they were asked by the embassy. So it depends. You just have to be ready. You just have to be ready. Hello. Kehibi, I think you are distracting, so I have to mute you. Sorry, but I have to mute you. Hello, Omoba. Thank you for joining. Yes. All right, guys. From YouTube, I think if we don't have any further question, we can call it a night from Japan. If you are watching a replay, don't forget to watch this video. Yes, check this video up because it has links about how to apply. It has every detail about how to apply to companies in Japan. It also has links on how to join our WhatsApp community. So if you are interested, watch this video till the end, then you can get it. All right. I will see you probably not tomorrow because I equally have something to do tomorrow. So I will see you on Friday, hopefully. Take care. Good night from Japan, but watch this video.